Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is Unreal World, and we are back today for another fun-filled episode. Well, I hope it's going to be fun. We should have plenty of food. We're not starving. Temperature is actually getting a little bit warmer. As I recently learned from a commenter, there is a gauge here for temperature, and we were down on this blue line, was about half where it's at now, and we were getting frostbite and stuff, so we're not totally outfitted like perfectly with our fur. We've got a lot of good stuff, but we don't have a cloak. We need some like secondary clothing for our hands, but we're working on it. Nonetheless, everything else is going pretty good. We definitely need to start thinking about a better bow, though. We've got this spruce quick bow. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're doing okay, but there's a lot of things we need to craft, actually. I've gotten several great comments from you guys, and I appreciate all you out there, but the big hindrance is the axe, whether it's for smoking meat or making boards for traps or trading or whatever, axe is the way to go. So, in order to make our first axe, what we're going to have to do is, let's see here, we go to a mining and iron. So we need to either scoop lake ore, harvest mountain bog ore, harvest cliff ore, and that's it. Those are our three options in terms of ore, I believe. Yeah. Because then after that, everything else is basically, other than like mining for stone, which is something totally unrelated, everything else is basically the process it takes to smelt the ore. You can see as step number 7, you're going to need charcoal. We're going to have to build a bloomery furnace. So there's a lot to this just to get our first axe. But that's the challenge we've set before ourselves. We are out here, in case you've missed it, of course. This is kind of our solo hermit playthrough. Everybody else is over here. All these fancy colors, that's all civilization. But no, us over here, we're starting in the middle of nowhere. We're going to build our own civilization. So we do have a full mod set here, which is going to hopefully allow us to do that. You know what actually the starting tool that we're going to need is? The shovel. The shovel is going to be what's going to allow us to get those first pieces of iron ore, I believe. I've done this once before with this mod, but it was several years ago, so I'm hoping I can kind of figure my way out through it. But so I'm looking right now for a shovel. Let me find the shovel. There it is, actually. Okay, boom. What I actually need is a wooden shovel. So this one you can see requires an iron shovel blade here. When I clicked on it, it's asking for iron shovel blade board. Obviously, we can't get an iron shovel blade until we can get iron, but that's not what I'm doing here. So, yeah, let me go ahead and look through this list for the wooden shovel real quick. All right, so as you can see here, I have set up in order to chop this log right in front of my character into blocks. So that's going to be our first stage. I hope we can do this without freezing. It is daytime. No, there's a bird in front of us. I don't care. No birds. Man, there's so many. That's 3 birds that have entered our view right there. There's 4. Could be the same one, but I don't care. Okay, so now we have 8 decent blocks of wood. Of course, the problem here is, as I've mentioned, we've got this crappy stone axe, and it can't make boards with it and stuff. Luckily, we can make these blocks, though. So that's the most important thing right now. I wish I had probably made these a little closer to my shelter, but that's okay. You know what I'll do? I'll just move the whole stack. We'll move it, boom, right there. Now it's actually catty corner to my shelter there. So we can make a shovel, hopefully. What I'm going to do is go back to my crafting menu. It is under carpentry right here. And as most of the wood items are, you'll see it's number 3, the wooden shovel. So we need okay, cool, because it says a block of wood, which is right next to us. He'll just use items next to him, no problem. An axe for rough cutting, an axe for finishing the shape, and a knife, which we have. So this is good, because if the stone axe we're carrying wasn't good enough quality, or it would take us too long to do it, it would be like impossible, it would tell us that. It wouldn't just fill these slots in. So because these are filled in, I know that we're going to be able to successfully make this. So I'm just going to hit space to fill that last item. It always asks you to manually do the last item just to kind of confirm it, basically. And there we go. Oh, of course, another bird enters our view. Silly birds. It's a great, this is one of the luckiest places I've ever settled for birds. It's insane. We started catching birds. I don't know if you guys missed it, out of the second or third day after setting our traps, we were hitting birds left and right. So, man, you can see now, even though we have the axe, it was a long process. That took us most of the day. But luckily, check it out. Oh, that's pretty huge. You don't know actually how good a shovel is. And it's a regular quality. It's not like a poor shovel, so that's even better. This has become right now one of our most important tools right here. But unfortunately, the ground is frozen. We're still, let's see, day 4 of the 11th week before summer season. We're not going to be able to dig a hole most likely until maybe even, I want to say like the 4th or 5th week, maybe the 6th week before summer season. I'm not sure. We'll just have to test it. Certainly not while there's snow on the ground. I can say that. We're going to have a serious thaw, if you know what I'm saying. Weather's pretty realistic in a lot of those, like the trees where you would peel bark from in order to tan, those are going to be frozen stiff. So, you've got to wait till it thaws out and stuff. Like I said, there's very real dynamic weather system and a light and dark system too. All right, let's go ahead and eat. We got our nice trusty, there's another bird. No worries. So we are extremely tired though. It's evening. I think it's time for bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, it is a new day, and we are awake out here on the world map. We have entered the X here where our first pig traps are set. So let's check these. Anything? I should probably zoom out real quick. We have very limited visibility because it's... Oh my god, look at that. I'm going to zoom right back in. They set off the trap again. Yep. Oh, look at the tracks everywhere. How old are these? Very fresh. Wow, these boys are around here somewhere. All right, I'm going to reset it then. I mean, they've set this trap off here twice now. That's the second time they've set that off. Trying to sneak and get my meat out of there. Now, wait, we moved the other trap, didn't we? Yeah, we put it up here to the north. That's right. Oh, look, they set that one off too. What? These jerks. These traps might not be big enough for them. Or maybe some of the big pigs are running through them or something. Because if they're just hitting them, setting them off, and not getting caught, I think they're too small. We might need some of like the big bear traps to catch these boys. Boy, that stings. I mean, at least we know they're active in that region, undoubtedly, right? They're setting my traps off, but we'll get one. I have confidence eventually we will get one here. Let's see. Okay, let me pop in here real quick. Okay, there's no trap set here. We're fine. We're fine. Just want to make sure. Now we've got another set of pig traps right here. Let's go. And I only call them pig traps because we set traps here because there were pig sightings. You can see the footprints all around me. Huh, nothing here. Just this one trap, I believe, at this location. I think, oh no, that's wrong. I was going to say, I think we were planning on building a second one, but we did. We did. It's down here. And it's empty. So, I mean, I've put meat in it. It's just, if we come back again and this set is not touched, I might either reset them just for like a new chance or move them. Maybe move them up north with the other set. Well, we've checked our traps. Ooh, an ermine. Here we go. I was just going to say, now it's time to look for some game out here on our own. Do some active hunting. And we got lucky. You see the little ermine in front of me? It's hard because it is snowing, so... Ermine, there it is. Oh, okay, let's take a shot here. Now, this is like perfect for the bow and arrow that we've got, this small game. Oh, I think we hit it. Minor puncture. It's limping. I'm actually going to chase this boy. Normally I wouldn't for something this small, but let's go. Limping, I might be able to keep up. Oh, never mind. Nope, can't keep up with it, but if it's leaving tracks in the snow, we can track it. So let me slow down. I'm going to go into stealth mode just to slow things down so I'm not expending as much. If you look, I should have waited because we're at negative 65 endurance right now, so that's not good. If we get to negative 100, we're in trouble. I mean, we just can't chase him anymore, but we're not going to be in serious trouble. Just we'll lose our prey. But I might be able to get another shot off. With that said, let's go ahead and get another arrow knocked and ready. Where's his tracks? There they are. There he is. Let me look at him. Is he fatigued or what? Let's see. Still injured, obviously. Slightly fatigued. All right. We'll keep going until he sees us and runs. I'm not going to sprint. I'm just going to stealth at him. I know it slows me down. I do understand, but I like to... Oh, there he is. Slightly still. Oh, man. I'm hoping at some point, since he's got that limp... Yeah, ooh, he got real close to me there. I'm hoping his limp will allow us to catch up with him a little bit sooner. We don't have to get him breathless, you know? But we'll see. It's hard to tell. Well, unfortunately, it looks like the little guy got away. I don't know. He's been out of my sight for too long now. If I were to encounter him again, he's probably fully rested. So, unfortunately, we wounded him. Left that arrow behind, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. These fouling arrows, they're kind of cheap. And oh! Look at that. You see it, pigs? Yeah, see, that's the problem with our fouling arrows, though, is they're cheap. That's the good thing and the downside to it as well. We can barely do more than just scratch an animal. I don't think I'll ever be able to, like, one-shot kill one of these things. Maybe if we get a headshot, like, right in the eye, which is possible. But I'm going to check these boys out. Let's see. Oh, where'd you go? Couple things bad about this particular group right here. Oh, look at that. Hold on. You see it? There's reindeer right there. Now that we're going for. These are wild boars, number one, so they can get aggressive if there's more than one. Oh, there's just one, though. Okay, we're going for this one. The second thing is I don't like the location. We're real near some trees, so if he ducks into the tree line, we're in trouble. All right, so let's take our shot at him. I'll zoom in for this first one, but we got to zoom out afterwards. But, oh man, I think my crappy arrow, or is this my good arrow? I don't know. Let's go. Oh, we nailed him. Suffering from a minor puncture. Yeah, like I said, with this spruce quick bow and these fouling arrows, it's really just about trying to slow him down, not stop him. But this is good. As you might have noticed, I did rest right before we encountered him, so I'm at negative 13 again. We're trying. This counts up to negative 100. If it gets there, we're totally stationary. We have to rest, and we lose our prey. So we're starting off real good at this point. Basically, we're fresh as can be. So I'm gonna see which way he runs. I might have to just ignore that arrow. Yep, the arrow's gone. No worries. Okay, so this is good. Oh, wait, this is bad. This is real bad. Do you see this right here? This is a hill. This is a change in elevation. Whenever you see that, it indicates a tree line. There's a forest ahead. Oh, there he is. Hold on, let me look at him. He's heading to the trees, though. A little bit fatigued. I'm going to move parallel to him instead of straight at him. I'm just going to move like this direction. I want to try and get between him and the trees. Bring him down. We're gonna force him to go south. I need to get an arrow. Okay, knocking an arrow does take time, of course. When you stand still, no time passes, of course, as most roguelike players know. But when you do anything, most anything, it passes time. Knocking an arrow takes time, so you gotta be careful. Okay, time to take a shot. He's running. Oh, man, we are good with this little quick bow. 2 punctures. He's carrying my arrow. We actually got that one to stick in him. Wow. That's impressive. All right, I'm going to sprint. We want this guy. I want this pig bad. I didn't get to see what... Is he a big pig or a small pig? I didn't notice. All right. Stop running. Let's just move ahead. No stealthing this time. I'm going to try and... There he is. Let me look at him. Is he a big one? A small one? I was so concerned with his status. It says just wounded wild. Okay, so he's like normal size. Still slightly fatigued. Of course, he's still injured. Let's go into stealth real quick. Maybe I can get close and take another shot. I'll kind of move perpendicular to him here. While he's moving away, I just move kind of towards him, but not right at him, you know? Doesn't spook him as much. All right. Oh, that's a good distance. One more. Now I'm just going to stand still and let time pass for a second. Oh, he moved away. That's okay. It's, he doesn't see me because I'm still stealthed. All right, let's take this shot. Come on. Not trying to kill him, just, scare him. He didn't even see that. Blunt arrow. Nailed him. Let me look at him. We bruised his right shoulder. He's walking lame. I'd like to get that blunt arrow, but those are actually super easy to make. I'll still grab it, though. Look at that. Got my arrow back. Come here, Blunty. All right, let's go for this guy. We got to get this pig. Dude, that is so cool that we found those. Oh, look, there's another arrow right there to the south. Those deer, too, we're coming back for them. Even if we get this guy right here, I'm going to mark this spot on the map, come back here in a couple days. Those deer are too important to leave behind. All right, so he is just ahead of us now. We got to keep the pressure on him. Most important thing, we've got to get him breathless. Ooh, we're super close. I think we can take another shot. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh man, I can't believe how accurate my guy is. I've been so used to missing in like my previous couple of series that I've played recently. Man, oh man, he is a dead eye, this guy. I love it. Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. I was like, we haven't seen him in a minute. Where'd he go? Let me get this crack shot blunt arrow out again. Thing's amazing. All right, I always love to take a look at him. I always want to see him. Oh, he's fatigued. Okay, so he's gone from slightly to full fatigue now. Now we get him to very fatigued, and then breathless is our ticket. Oh, look, interesting. Check this out. So these little, what look like red quotation marks mean he's gone aggressive. He is now attacking us. See, now, like I said, pigs are one of those animals that will become aggressive. And if there was a pack of these boys, yeah, it would be bad news. But this one guy right here, I'm fairly confident, as soon as I take another shot at him, he's going to chicken out and turn around and run away again. Boom, what I tell you. All right, the arrow's done. Let's go. We're following him. Let me look at him real quick. Okay, he's still fatigued. Okay, I'm going to actually chase him. Our endurance is at negative 49, but we need to... Oh, he's changing direction. He's fast, but I think he's getting slower. Oh, yeah, we're able to keep up with him. I have to stop sprinting, though. I can't push it too far. We don't want to get up there because, again, don't forget, if you haven't seen or heard me mention this before, I should say, the snow is so deep right now that just walking in it takes up endurance. So we've got to be very careful. If we reach 100 and we haven't got him, we're screwed. Oh, oh, oh. He's very fatigued now. Yeah, I can tell just because he's it looks like he's running in place almost. But this dude can't move. Nope, we've got him. All right, so I'm going to grab my axe. Here we go, the stone axe. We're ready for him. Time to zoom in a little bit. Come to me, Mr. Pig. Going to go into stealth mode. Let's do it because I just like to role play here. I'm creeping up on this exhausted piggy. All right, let's get behind him. He doesn't see me yet. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, now he's looking right at me, but he's so breathless he can't even see me. All right, blunt to the head. Oh, look, he's charging me. Dodge him. We dodged like a swan, it says. It fails to charge you efficiently, and you dodged like a swan. You better believe it. I love it. All right, let's go. I'm actually going to go blunt to the legs. We're going to take his legs out. Oh, I dropped my axe. You see the axe? It's at my feet. I'm telling you, my guy's tired too. Now, one thing I can do at this point, I need to go ahead and grab my axe again. I can stand here and just hit the wait button, which is the numerical 5 button. And that basically will let me relax. Now, he is so breathless, he can barely get away from me. So all I have to do is like take 2 steps and I can swing at him again. So I can recover some energy, but if I'm standing right next to him, he's going to attack me like this. All right, he missed. Let's hit him back. It's just a good tip. So if you do, because combat, remember when I'm swinging at him, this also takes energy. So we got to be careful not to expend all of our energy at once, even if we're trying to get him out, take him out. Dodge. He's hitting me back, or trying to at least. Come on, buddy. Oh my God, we fell. Don't worry, he didn't get me. We just fell. We literally stumbled. Yeah, this is what happens when you're really exhausted and you're trying to fight. I think I'm going to step back for a sec. I'm just going to rest a little bit. Let us get down to the 70s. Like I said, he's not going anywhere. All right. Now let's blunt him again to the legs. I'm just repeating that command now. There we go. Okay, he's unconscious. Perfect. That's what we want. So I'm going to repeat the command, but we're going to go blunt to the skull. And he's dead. We've got him. We've done it. Woohoo. How big is he? 276 pounds. Little bit too much for us to carry. We can pick him up, but I'm not going to be able to physically carry him around. So that's okay. We'll just have to butcher him here. Let me drop him. That's amazing, though. I probably could carry him if I didn't have, like, that shovel on me and all these javelins. These javelins weigh 24 freaking pounds. And I never use them. Hold on. Oh, I'm zoomed out before I picked him up. Let me see if I rest. No, he's still too heavy, even with the javelins on the ground. So, no worries. I was just going to leave him here if I could pick him up and take him home. Because we can always make more javelins. And plus, we've got our bow and arrow. And you can tell that it's doing pretty well, even against the big game like these boys. So, all right, you've all seen it before. I'm going to get him all processed up. And like I said, most importantly, let's mark this spot and say there are also deer. It's not exactly in this particular spot, we know that, but it's in the general area, so we are going to come back here. All right, well, we have arrived home with the skin and the meat, and of course there's birds waiting for us. But let's get zoomed in here. So first things first, we'll start to process the skin, because it's good. I like to do them in tandem here. Now in the winter, or I'm sorry, in the summer, you got to be careful. You got to consider things a little bit more, just because the meat can go bad if you let it sit too long while you're messing with the skin. But in this cold winter climate, we're okay. So we're going to use that boar fat. There we go. All right, now, any food over here ready? Now it looks like we don't have, nothing's ready at our feet for another 11 days. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all of our good cordage. There we go. That's what we use for meat, and it's time to dry. Let's do it. Let's do a little drying together. 125 wild boar cuts. Wait, what? Yep, we got it. I exited out by accident. Hold on. I'm forgetting my key commands. My muscle memory has failed me. There we go. All right. Sometimes you just got to get into a rhythm. That's what it's all about. Another thing that does help, and I believe I've mentioned this before, if you're having trouble because you got so many items, sometimes, and I have a ton of food, I'll like to drop some of the other food items. Like, get these out of your inventory. Just drop them on the ground next to you. That way, when you select cook dry and you go into your inventory, there's only one food item there. So you can just, boom. You don't have to go down the list 4 or 5 times to get to the raw meat section of your inventory. It's just right there, boom. And you can do that with your cordage too. So when I go to this screen, you'll see I got a shovel, bones, then I go to my cordage. So if I do that, and real quick, oh, don't let the bird interrupt me. Now you'll notice if I come over here and drop the shovel and the bones, and we step back to do it, let's repeat the command. Boom, boom. Cordage was the first entry and the only entry. So you can just enter, boom, 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 spacebar right through the command. I just canceled it for some reason, but there you go. You see how that works. And I do recommend that because sometimes you get, an elk. Maybe you've got like 300 elk cuts you got to go through. So that boar wasn't that big. It didn't take us very long, but there might be times when you're going through that command process like 3 or 4 or 5 times. So it can help. Anyway, so we're going to drop the bones. We're dropping our cordage. Don't need it. And now this skin will turn into a leather, which is amazing. But it's going to need a little bit more time. How long does that have? Ready till late night. So I wanted to go out there and maybe hunt those deer again, but I think I'm jumping the gun. Let's just take it easy. Rest and relax this evening. Let's have a little dried elk meat, and we'll go back in the morning. We'll stare at the birds. We'll bird watch while we're here in camp. Wait for this pig skin. Okay, so the pig leather is complete, and you can see it here in the inventory. We have 4.7 pounds of it, which is amazing. I'm going to grab some of the leathers that we've got here too. Honestly, okay, let's not do that. I think here's my thought process. I want to craft up some leather clothing, but I feel like the only thing we really need right now is some hand warmers. So we're gonna make some sort of, I think they call them paws, which is weird. I assume that's a handpiece. It's from the mod. I don't think you can make leather gloves or anything in the base game, but right here, we're going to make these. Then we're going to save the rest of our crafting and clothing making for a later date. We've got to go check on those deer. They've only been gone. We've only been gone from that area for like a day, so they could very well be there. So let's grab the wild boar. It just needs zero point 0.7 pounds and the fine leather cordage. Let's do it. I hope these are gloves. No, get out of here, bird. All right, there we go. We've crafted them. Let's look. Wild boar leather paws. I love it. Sounds amazing. And we've got them. So if I check here our overall protection and I go to warmth, yes. So the hands used to be yellow. These were yellow. Now they've gone to light green, which isn't perfect. We could still like use some wool probably, some woolen gloves under there as well. But we're getting close. We're getting close to fully like protected here. So now I'm going to drop that excess weight. Also, as I mentioned, I think I'm going to drop the javelins. I was carrying them around as a backup, but 6 fowling arrows is kind of low. I'll have to make some more at some point. But like I said, guys, we got some deer to hunt, so let's get back over there. All right, so we have reached the location where I left that marker. Now the actual sighting of the deer was over here, I think, on the edge of this forest. Now, unfortunately, we're getting to late afternoon, so it's visibility is going to go down a bit. I'm going to rest for just a minute. Okay, I'm still going to jump in here and look around. Let's zoom all the way out. Okay, our visibility is still pretty good. Yeah, we've got full visibility even though it's late, so I'm going to zip around here a little bit. Maybe I'll find some tracks. Maybe I'll get super lucky and stumble into the herd themselves, but like I said, and of course a good technique is always to just pop out occasionally, look on the world map. They could be there. Maybe, not this time. We'll zoom back in and look around. So like I said, give me a moment. I'm going to search. Maybe we'll get lucky. Well, well, well. It's not deer tracks, but I did stumble across some very fresh small elk tracks right here. Whoops. And it says very fresh. Which way are they leading? Southwest. Oh, this is crazy. I didn't even see it on the map. I was just zooming around the general location of these deer. Which, by the way, does mean that we're actually somewhat close to the forest here. So, again, this is not an ideal place. Oh, there they are. Yeah, geographically, I wouldn't pick this as my first spot, but check it out. Let's look. Now, typically, the child is always a little bit like fatigued in my experience because I guess keeping up with the mother is tough even when we haven't chased it at all. So let's look. Yep, a little bit fatigued. Like I said, the smaller animals, always a bit fatigued. This one is too, though. I don't know what they've been running from. You know, it is possible that NPCs can hunt in the game too. It's rare. You don't see it much, but you can encounter NPCs actively hunting too. But I think these are safe to say these are ours here. Okay, guys. Well, unfortunately, we have reached the end of this episode, though, so you can count on the fact that we are going to start tomorrow's episode with a fresh new elk hunt. And I got to be honest, I'm a little bit more excited about a big elk than a small little reindeer. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, thank you so much out there for everybody who's tuned in and who is enjoying the series. It always makes me happy to know that there's a strong Unreal World community out there. So hit that like button for me, guys, and I will see you on the next episode. Hey everybody, I just wanted to give a very special shout out to my Patreon members. They are fantastic people. Interstick, Mr. PZ Jones, Lady Viz, and Spuds. Thank you guys so much. Couldn't have done it without you. And I also want to show off this fan art by Vita. It's a cuttlefish scientist. Thank you, Vita.